The insane lore of the Anti-Goku Squad. Video by Lonk's Takes.
What do an elephant, a rock, a bullet, a building, and a fire hydrant all have in common? Well,
An elephant, a rock, a bullet, a building, and a fire hydrant. All right, I think I see where this is going. Are we about to pull out some anti-feats that involve all of these things? I already know the bullet's probably going to be the farmer dude, right? No. I don't know. I think, oh shit, my light turned red. That nigga Goku trying to send a message. Hold on, let me fix my light. All I could think is that niggas done dug up some crazy anti-feats. I don't know what's been going on in the anime slander community these past couple weeks, but things have been getting out of hand, man. I've seen more slander thrown back and forth. I think a lot of shit happened in One Piece. I think a lot of shit is and there's been a lot of slander going back and forth thanks to the fallout from what's happened
they're all
in
stronger
One
than
Piece.
Goku. If you have spent any time on the Dragon Ball community, you probably at some point have run across the infamous Dragon Ball anti-feat. They are usually scenes either because...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the bullet was when he got lasered. Even though, to be fair, a lot of times these bad faith anti-feats be annoying. But I think Goku is the one character that kind of deserves them, bro. Because you could argue the power scaling hell that exists today starts and ends with Goku. You could argue that this character alone is responsible for like at least, I'm going to say 35% of power scaling as a concept, as a pastime, as a hobby. A lot of it kind of starts with, you know what I mean, the can he beat Goku niggas, and then people trying to prove or disprove can people beat Goku. I mean, to keep it entirely fair, like whenever a new broken character comes in the mix and people are trying to scale them, people are trying to, you know, discuss how strong they are, what's the first person they put up against? What's the first person they get put up against? You know, Goku is maybe the only character I can think of who, like, in himself has become like a metric, like a level. You know, there's characters that can beat Goku, characters that can't beat Goku. There's constant arguments about who does and doesn't cross that line. But I can't think of another character who is as ingrained into power scaling as a community or a concept than Son Goku. So let's see what we got here.
a lack of context or simply for the sake of fight choreography that make the characters of Dragon Ball appear far more weak than they actually are. Opponents of Dragon Ball scaling will usually take these anti-feats.
Yeah, that nigga got his face dragged in the ice. That nigga Broly's hand was big as shit though. Holy, he was just grabbing his cranium.
And unironically point to things like Broly slamming Goku into ice or Goku getting hit by a train.
Oh shit. When did he get hit by a train? Oh, that's funny.
To say that Goku isn't actually a planet buster or a universe buster. Obviously, these guys shouldn't be taken seriously, as there's almost always context for why these things happen, but I still think it is pretty funny to point out the numerous times random everyday things in Dragon Ball seem to be as strong as the strongest beings. And
it is, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Power scaling is at its best when you do bullshit like this, bro. When you actually trying to prove like a character is stronger or weaker, it's like, okay. You know what I mean? We've been through that for almost a decade and a half now. But when you looking for anti-feats, when you looking for shit to goof on, to clown on, when you trying to say the Paw Patrol can take Sukuna and all type of crazy shit, I think that's when power scaling is at its most entertaining.
The multiverse. It seems like the actually funny side of the Dragon Ball community agrees with me, as they created 5 brand new characters based on some of the most...
Yeah, these look like some Dragon Ball Z ass characters too, bruh. The way they're built, like I can actually see this happening.
Infamous anti-feats in Dragon Ball history, and thus created the most powerful team in fictional history.
Yo, this is some elite slander right here, bruh. This like that classic slander, bro. Don't get me wrong. I like Vigil slander as much as the next dude, but there's something about some hand-drawn, human conceptualized slander that just makes it go overly crazy.
the
We got a fire hydrant, a
Anti-Goku
building,
Squad. Who are
a rock.
each of these warriors, and more importantly, how
Is that a bullet up there? The elephant actually looks like it could be a Dragon Ball character. I'm not going to hold you. That looks like a Dragon Ball Z ass design. Don't they end up bringing like some sort of elephant villain eventually in some arc, or am I tweaking?
how strong are they? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Insane Lore series, where I look into the different
Fuck is Tien doing back there, bro? That's super
different
Tien.
fan-made creations of the Dragon Ball community, break them down, and do my best to power scale them. If you like this kind of stuff, make sure to like, subscribe. We are so close to 100k subscribers, and I can't get there without your help. That being said, let's jump right in. So this image has been all over the Dragon Ball community when it first dropped.
This does look familiar. Oh, this is that picture that has like, isn't that based off that one Dragon Ball Super picture? I think it got like Piccolo in them in it. Like Orange Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, something like that. Or am I tripping?
Last year. I have tried my best to find the original creator of this drawing, and the oldest and seemingly most popular post was this one on Reddit. But that is just my best guess.
Okay.
And
damn, this shit has been around for a year. Yo, some of these slander posts be waiting in the depths for a while before they actually get their clout.
I would very much like to give proper credit to the
Dragon Ball Super Volume 24. Let's see. Yeah, because I was thinking about Orange Piccolo back here. Okay, I knew I wasn't tripping.
original creator of this meme. These guys don't exactly have an official name, but I will be calling them the Anti-Goku Squad, as all of them are based on specific anti-feats that happen to Goku throughout Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball GT. Regardless, this drawing is actually a traced over image of Dragon Ball Super Volume 24.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that nigga Vegeta ugly as shit, bro. Holy. I know he got his, ultra ego form now or something. I don't really know what that entails. They gotta stop erasing the eyebrows, bro. They gotta stop erasing the eyebrows. They did that shit in Super Saiyan 3 too. He looks like an ape. Like, not even to be on some Frieza shit. This is very apish. He looks Neanderthalic, bro. This is disgusting looks.
Which depicts Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Piccolo, and Gohan all aura farming together in their strongest forms. The question becomes then, what do each of these anthropomorphized animals and inanimate objects represent across Dragon Ball? And more importantly, if they were turned into a fighter with the given power level of their so-called anti-feat, like they are in the art, how strong would they be? And
okay, well, they got the fire hydrant in the front. I can't think worth a damn a time I've seen Goku interact with a fire hydrant. And this how I know, like, to really be like a slanderer, bro, you kind of got to think different, bro. You got to see some little shit and really connect the dots, like some shit that you weren't even supposed to pay attention to, and connect the dots and think, oh yeah, now this I could use to slander this character.
Who would be the strongest among them? So going from weakest to strongest, let's break down the power scaling of the Anti-Goku Squad. Okay. Coming in at the bottom of the list, we have the Rock. No, this Rock. Now, Dragon Ball characters using telekinesis and throwing rocks at each other is nothing new. It was one of Frieza's signature moves during the Namek arc and is still one of his go-to attacks even during the Tournament of Power.
Okay, true.
Instead of...
I'd be forgetting they have like telekinesis. They got like, don't they have mind reading? They literally get stacked with so many bullshit abilities, bro. And then you see them bought out in the most like random times when people are trying to debate.
Of course, the Rock here is the one thrown by Krillin during the Cell Saga. Now, in the original context of this scene,
I don't think I remember this. Yo, Dragon Ball's art was so amazing, bro. R.I.P. Toriyama. There was something, the Gohan's Super Saiyan hair, like drop fade, like changed something inside of me, bro. Like, you don't know how hard I wanted to have this cut when I was in the 4th grade, bro. Mind you, my black ass hair is never doing this shit ever. You know? Closest thing I'm gonna get is high top dreads with a drop fade overgrown in the back. I don't know. But this shit right here was too clean, bro. The Super Saiyan up front, something light in the back. Shit was too clean, man.
The week-long break period leading up to the Cell Games, where instead of training, Goku just goes around enjoying life alongside Gohan. Now, this scene in particular seems very slanderous for Goku, given that he isn't just in his base form and is instead...
Oh, I actually do know this scene. I used this scene in one of my channel banners. a long time ago. Actually, hold on. I think I might still have the banner on me. Let's see. Oh, wait, I won't be able to pull it up. My drive isn't plugged in. Yeah, he throws a rock at his head, and he's like, the fuck you do that for?
In Super Saiyan, and how...
Yeah, that's bad looks. That's bad looks. Even Krillin is confused. Yo, that shit actually hurt him? What the fuck?
How much in pain he acts after getting hit, literally doubling over and holding his head and screaming. Of course, originally, just because he's Super Saiyan doesn't really mean anything, as this is Mastered Super Saiyan, a state that expends and requires essentially no energy, and that's literally shown in the scene, given that Goku is literally asleep and off guard when Krillin chucks the rock at him. In other words, Goku at this moment is essentially the same as a regular human. Still, when being transferred to the Anti-Goku Squad, the rock becomes able to damage
Super Saiyan level. So off rip, the Anti-Goku Squad is already stronger than base level. This is not looking good for Go.
Make full power Cell Saga Goku cry out in pain in a single hit. This clearly puts the rock on the level of Perfect Cell, if not slightly above him. As while Cell never truly went all out against Cell Saga Goku, he was never able to make him feel that much pain in a single hit. For being the weakest...
That's true. That's true. We never saw him go, grabbing his dome. That's a good point.
Member of
Rock
the team,
is pretty broken.
Being on the level of the Cell Saga high tiers isn't so bad. Next is the elephant.
Okay, the elephant, I don't know what this could be referring to, bro. Did he get hit by an elephant? He got charged by an elephant?
Actually comes from the exact same time period as the Rock, originating from the downtime leading to the Cell games. In this scene, Mastered Super Saiyan Goku is going...
Okay, he was out with the elephant family.
Around with the Dragon Radar collecting the Dragon Balls, and as it turns out, one of them is sitting among a herd of elephants. When Goku goes to grab the Dragon Ball, an elephant comes by and steps on his hand, causing...
That nigga screamed loud as shit. Look at the how big his mouth shot open, boy. That's that same mouth. Y'all know the meme where he in between Broly's butt cheeks, bruh? Where he in between Broly's butt cheeks and Broly is like squatting. I know y'all know the meme, bro. Like, that's just gonna sound crazy, but y'all know the meme, bro. That's how wide his mouth. What do you mean, y'all don't know that meme? I know y'all know that meme, bro. But that nigga. Oh, my fault. There was a bug that tried to land on my mic. I think I got him now. But yeah, that nigga mouth open wide as shit. That elephant put him in too much pain.
His hand, causing him again to scream out in...
Look at him, bro. He is cooked.
Pain and have tears in his eyes.
Damn, and them tears not helping.
Afterwards. Now,
whole time it's supposed to be a little gag scene. I like how most of these can really just be boiled down to gag scenes, but like, nah, when you in the midst of the power scaling trenches, ain't no gag scenes. Ain't no fun. Nothing but straight disrespect and agenda, bro.
Just like the Krillin Rock scene, both of these events are not in the original manga and were added as anime-only events. It seems like someone in the anime writer's room...
That might be why I can't recall them, because I originally read Dragon Ball Z through the manga.
Really liked gags about Goku getting hurt by random stuff that he shouldn't be hurt by. Regardless, the situation here is pretty much the same as the Rock. Goku simply isn't using...
Yo, this nigga Krillin looks scared for a second. Look at him. This nigga Krillin looks scared. He like, fuck, am I about to get my ass beat? I thought he was going to dodge that shit. Are you telling me it landed?
The Rock, Goku simply isn't using any of his combat power here, and in fact, the very fact his hand wasn't flattened completely is actually kind of impressive. However, for hype moments and aura purposes, this elephant is a beast. Not only does the elephant with a single step make Goku scream in pain and literally start crying, but unlike with the Rock,
Goku is clearly getting combat speed. That's true. That's true. He should have been able to dodge that. Nah, he got blitzed.
Was on guard and got blitzed by the elephant, with the animal moving literally too fast for Goku to react and pull his hand away from in time, and literally didn't even feel...
Goku can't even make the elephant flinch. True?
Feel the Dragon Ball or Goku under his foot. In fact, this scene was the very one that I think inspired this meme, with other artists drawing stuff like the...
Oh, that's funny.
The elephant pulling up and still being stronger than MUI Goku. So if you want to bring in the extended lore of the Anti-Goku Squad...
Again, this does look like... I could see this being a universe of or a Tournament of Power character, like an alternate universe Dragon Ball character.
Then the elephant goes probably to number 1 on this list. Still, with that feat alone of completely blitzing Goku and making him cry, I think the elephant is easily a super perfect Cell level opponent who could have easily won the Cell games if he had decided to participate. Next, we experience an absolutely gigantic leap in power, going through the rest of Dragon Ball Z's arcs and almost the entirety of Dragon Ball GT until we reach the building.
The building. Now, I'm interested to see what the building is. Is it a building that toppled on him at some point, maybe? The rubble hit him and it knocked him out? I don't know.
In this scene, Naturon Shenron is causing chaos throughout a still populated.
I remember watching this shit on Nickelodeon, bro. Okay, we're in GT, bro. Yo, there's no limit to the bullshit in GT. So, you know, this might be a super anti-feat.
City, causing buildings and structures to collapse. In particular, a several-story office building begins to fall over, with base GT Goku sweeping in to stop it from falling, only to seemingly not be able to do so, needing to transform into Super Saiyan.
Damn, why would they make him do no? Oh, it's crazy because when they animated this shit, they really ain't mean no harm to his character about it, bruh. They really ain't mean no slander about it, but Super Saiyan 4, ooh, niggas not gonna take this one well. You need to go
push it back into place and save
place.
Everyone inside it. Now, in context, you can make any number of legitimate explanations as to why Goku did this. My personal headcanon, at least, is that he needed greater amounts of ki control with Super Saiyan 4 in an adult body. While we know that Kid Goku in GT isn't any
Son Goku, the strongest hero in the universe. As you know, he's the strongest super in the universe. At the beginning of the story, he was just a small child, but now he's grown. Now he's a grown grandfather with a grandchild and blah, 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 blah.
Weaker than his adult self. We know he struggles more with certain key usage like teleportation, a problem that goes away with Super Saiyan 4. Given that he's pushing on a window, if he just pushed with physical strength, the window would just break and the building would still fall. So by going Super Saiyan 4, he has enough ki control to actually...
Essentially the same ki control principle as Trunks using a sword and not breaking it. I don't know. I think he just wasn't strong enough to lift the building, man. I'm not going to lie to you.
Move the building properly and safely while the people inside remain unharmed. But again, we're here for Wank, and this building was simply too heavy or too powerful for base GT Goku and even Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku to stop. This means that even as a low baseline for GT's power, this building would be over 400 times stronger than Majin Buu, making its power level a threat to the entire universe.
Damn. That's kind of crazy, bruh. We getting close to superpower levels, and we only had 3 out of the 5 Anti-Goku Squad members.
Literally hundreds of times over. Though we know it's not Super Saiyan 4 level, as that was able to push the building, so it's probably not stronger than the likes of Super Baby 2. Still, being a building that weighs more than a universe is a pretty big jump from a solar system busting elephant. Moving on from Dragon Ball GT, we enter Dragon Ball Super.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's any big anti-feats I can think of in Super. We had a bullet. I don't remember a bullet being present. I thought they were going to do something with the farmer. What do we have left? We had a bullet. We did the building. Oh, and a fire hydrant. I don't remember a fire hydrant either.
With the bullet. The thing is, this one can technically be referring to 2 different very similar events in Dragon Ball Super that happen around the same time. Mai attempting to kill Goku Black and Goku getting scratched by a bullet. Now, as you...
Oh, no. Oh no, did I just see damage taken from a bullet shot out of a silenced gun? Okay, the gun didn't have the silence on it.
Now, as you know, literally from the very beginning, bullets have not been relevant in any capacity in Dragon Ball. Kid Goku got shot in the head by Bulma and was honestly more angry.
That's what I thought
they
were going to do. You know, I thought they were going to bring that up for the bullet feat. Either that or the farmer shit.
Raditz caught a bullet and throws it back harder than it was fired, and the list goes on. However, in both of these Dragon Ball Super scenes, bullets are somehow still kinda relevant. In the first scene, it seems like there's a real genuine chance that my sniper shot might actually kill.
Didn't we watch her like trying to snipe into the sky to kill him when he started turning to a big universe absorbing cloud? She was like boom, boom, boom. Oh man, she tried her best.
Base Goku Black while he's sitting and having tea with himself. And
damn, she did almost snipe his ass.
And she just misses. In the other, a heavily suppressed Goku fights a group of robbers and gets lightly scratched when a bullet grazes his skin. Neither of these scenarios.
Well, first of all, run that back. Okay, he flicks him.
A group of robbers.
Yo, I think he killed this nigga, bro. I think he killed this nigga. Normal people cannot tank flying full speed for 50 yards into a big ass rock. So already we got this nigga murdering innocent civilians
and gets lightly scratched when a bullet grazes his skin. Neither of these scenarios are anti-feats. In both, Goku and Goku Black are both just off guard and suppressed, which is a common theme in Super, but we want the full potential of the bullet. Given that the bullet is able to harm Goku and could have killed Goku Black if he had hit, this easily puts him at the
base. Black is less than bullet. Bullet is around equal to Rose Black. I fuck with that scaling.
Black arc's near pinnacle of power, only surpassed by the end of the arc Blues and Fusions. This Goku Black had already fought and absolutely bullied Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, who in turn had surpassed God Goku from Battle of Gods not only by an entire transformation, but years of extra training and honestly absorbing that power into base, making the bullet easily multiversal in power. Now just
same level bullet. Now we gotta see what's going on with the fire hydrant.
Like the rock and the elephant, the bullet and fire hydrant are closely related, and perhaps his position in the drawing as seemingly the leader makes sense. Now, I think the other 4 members of the squad are far more obvious and well known than the fire hydrant, because honestly, this selection
I genuinely don't have like an iota of a clue in regards to what this fire hydrant can be referring to.
Super niche. But in the manga version of the Goku Black arc, Fusamasu throws Goku at a fire hydrant and it doesn't even budge or take damage. That's right. A random fire hydrant not only stopped base Super Goku's
oh man,
body, but the force of an attack from merged Zamasu, clearly putting it leaps and bounds over the power of all of the other members of the
kind of crazy. And I mean, look at the background it's in, bruh. Like, it looks like this fire hydrant done survived the apocalyptic event damn near. It's in this like barren ass wasteland, just this sole relic of power standing amongst all of the destruction.
But the force of an attack from merged Zamasu, clearly putting it leaps and bounds over the power of all of the other members of the Anti-Goku Squad. I think it goes without saying that this random rusty fire hydrant could have been a rival to Vegito Blue and maybe even Beerus himself if he had decided to do anything other than stay still and Aura farm. Still, pretty cool that Dragon Ball has a fire hydrant that can solo the big 3. But
you know, what would even make you think to do that? They could have just had him bump into a rock. They chose a fire hydrant. That's it's very interesting.
Yeah, that's the insane lore of the Anti-Goku Squad. Again, I think stuff like this represents how funny the Dragon Ball community can be when it isn't showing the same memes from 15 years ago. Are there any other fan...
Nah, dead ass, bro. Dragon Ball community, a bunch of unks, bro. Still on the same shit as before. But this one's pretty fire. I like that.